Last video we talked about how PMDamiann was getting endlessly harassed and doxxed by a user named Superbricks. But what if I told you that it has only gotten worse, with Superbricks doubling down as well as going after Roblox YouTuber Parlo? Now, if you don't already know, PMDamiann is an animation YouTuber with over 2.5 million subscribers. Almost every short on his channel has a million views, with his most viral video getting over 72 million views. However, before we dive deeper, I just hit 1,000 members on Discord, and as a thank you, I'm giving away free Robux. Join the server to enter, make sure to subscribe with notifications on to help me reach 50,000 subscribers, and to never miss an upload on my channel ever again. Now, if you didn't watch my last video on the Roblox YouTuber who was trying to ruin PMDamiann's life, it would all start with PMDamiann getting into a relationship with a girl named April. However, this relationship didn't last long at all, only being together for a couple of hours before PMDamiann broke it off. However, a user named Superbricks, who we learnt had an 8-month vendetta against PMDamiann, would get into contact with April and manipulate her into lying for his video so that he could spread false allegations against PMDamiann. As to why he would do this, we have an explanation at the end of the video, but keep that in mind. Not only did Superbricks spread false allegations about PMDamiann being a but would also dox and spread that around Discord, ultimately trying to ruin PMDamiann's life. But before we go further, we must first look at the terrible apology that Superbricks posted. It started off with him expressing how he felt about getting put on blast by Parlo.
Yeah, everybody, I'm going to apologize to Damien, but first, let me clear some things up. Yes, I doxed him. Yes, the allegations were false. I did not know that at the time, though. I know that doesn't justify it, but I didn't know that at the time. No, I did not manipulate April. She did that willingly.
Not only would Superbricks admit to everything regarding PMDamiann, but he would also blatantly lie, stating that April lied on her own volition and not because she was manipulated into doing so. He would also mention how he knew the allegations were false, yet still spread them anyway.
I guess that's it. Can I ask anything else in the comments? But first let me call out Parlo. If the video was to prove the rumor's false, why did you mention my name?
He only talks about what he did for the first 30 seconds of the video, and the rest was just slandering Parlo and making claims like Parlo lied about him and is now trying to say that Parlo is the one spreading false allegations. His apology had no accountability, sincerity, or remorse, and just shows you what type of person Superbricks is. However, ever since uploading my video, Superbricks has joined my server, spread even more disgusting shit, but not just that, my boy Webb, another Roblox drama YouTuber, would get into contact with Superbricks and interview him about his recent behavior. But before we get into that interview, we must first look at everything that has been sent to me regarding Superbricks, who still to this day hates PMDamiann and is trying to cancel him, like him being homophobic not once, not twice, not even 3 times, but 4 times. And this is only what we have on standby. I'm sure there is endless logs of Superbricks being homophobic and spreading hate towards the LGBTQ community, and even when confronted about his homophobia, doubles down on it. However, homophobia isn't the only thing Superbricks spreads. He is also extremely racist, getting caught in 4K spamming the N-word on multiple occasions, showing that he is not only homophobic but also extremely racist. He would even plan a raid or hack on Guamgo and Parlo's server, mentioning that we can blackmail Aham, who is an ex-moderator for Parlo and actually moderates my community as well, trying to find any way to exploit and ruin Parlo's Discord server, trying to get Parlo's location behind the scenes, knowing that Parlo has already dealt with endless doxing and harassment to him and his family, but it's not really surprising with what I'm about to show you next. Superbricks would even call Parlo's dad a W, and for context, I made a video on this situation titled How Parlo's Dad Ruined His Life Twice, where I would detail the years of abuse that Parlo has put up with from his father, with him not even a couple of weeks ago trying to ruin Parlo's life by attempting to delete his channel. This just shows you the vendettas that Superbricks has against Parlo. He feels that Parlo slandered him and is trying to justify spreading Parlo's docs, praising his abusive father, and possibly spreading false allegations in an attempt to ruin Parlo's life. And Parlo has been facing endless false allegations behind the scenes, and somebody like Superbricks who doesn't care is the exact person who would spin these false allegations to try and ruin Parlo's career. And just like I mentioned a minute ago, on several occasions Superbricks has spread Parlo's docs in an attempt to cause Parlo harm in real life. And we can't forget when Superbricks was sending NSFW image and pictures of bodies to PMDamiann's friends. There is a lot more proof against Superbricks behind the scenes that I can't yet release, however it's over for him. And this serves as a lesson to why you don't spread false allegations and dox someone just because you disagree with them on something. However, a couple of days ago, Roblox drama YouTuber Webb would get into contact with Superbricks and interview him one-on-one. The interview would start with Webb asking about why Superbricks was even harassing PMDamiann in the first place, with him going on to explain that he got into contact with April and would take what she said out of context on purpose just to call PMDamiann a
Did you come to the conclusion based on the messages she shared that PMDamiann had her, or was it the words that she used initially?
I think
she didn't call it that initially.
No, she didn't call it that, but I kind of figured it was that, but it wasn't. I kind of took it out of context.
He would also talk about spreading PMDamiann's docs, explaining that he did it because he thought PMDamiann was a groomer.
When you doxed PMDamiann, was it under the premise that he was like some kind of, you were trying to dox him out of like a, because he was that, and to try and like get some kind of actual consequence happen?
Yeah, it was. It was basically kind of like how Defender did it.
Obviously, there's definitely a lot to criticize you on here. I'm not gonna lie. Like, probably should have verified the information. I'm not
that
gonna,
innocent, but
yeah.
Still.
I can't express how bullshit this is, by the way. You're telling me that after posting borderline lolicon, you just so happened to get into contact with a girl that had a relationship with PMDamiann, got his docs and spread it, as well as slandering his name with false allegations. I think Superbricks was finding any justification to dox and try to ruin PMDamiann's life after they had beef over half a year ago. Superbricks would then send a direct message to PMDamiann, apologizing to him with no sincerity and acting like this was all just a simple mistake, as if he didn't spread Paolo's docs, spread PMDamiann's docs, and tried to ruin Damiann's career with false allegations.
What if Damiann was watching this video? Let's just say PMDamiann's watching this video. I don't know if he is, probably isn't watching this video. He's probably off in La La Land at the moment. Yeah. But let's just assume PMDamiann's watching this video. What would you say to him?
I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. Yeah. I did not mean for this mess to happen. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Superbricks would even talk about my video as well as Paolo's video, saying that we were both spreading false information about him, which you guys know is not true.
What did you think about the various videos covering the situation and how they framed what you did and your character?
So basically, I thought that it was all BS. I don't know. Most of the shit, I think they just pulled out their ass. Obviously, you got most of your info off Parlo. So I think, like, I didn't manipulate April in any way. I don't know where he got that from, but most of it is true, but they framed me the wrong way.
He would then make the claim that people like me and Paolo were farming him for views, although April literally came out herself and spoke against Superbricks. But you might be asking, why exactly would Superbricks do this in the first place?
The reason I had a vendetta against him is because, we're gonna go back to Shinir again. So, he said that I sent him CP, which I didn't, and then I got banned from Damiann's server because of it. And then it spread throughout the server, and so everybody thought that I sent his friend CP, which I didn't.
What did you send to his friend?
It was like a anime GIF. I'm pretty sure no, the GIF got it's not there anymore, but it was just an anime girl dancing. And then yeah.
Admitting to us that he sent an NSFW image to someone from PMDamiann's server that PMDamiann's entire moderation team saw and confirmed was lolicon. They would rightfully ban Superbricks for this, with PMDamiann's whole community finding out what he had sent behind the scenes, and everybody started hating him after that, which is why Superbricks had this hatred against PMDamiann and decided to manipulate an ex-girlfriend of his into lying on his name to create a false narrative that he was some sort of But not just that, Docs then tried to ruin his life. Superbricks couldn't just stop there either. After Paolo posted a video to raise awareness, Superbricks would go on to dox him and try to ruin his life as well. Superbricks clearly can't take any accountability and actually change for the better, although he could make the move in the right direction if he really wanted to. But if you see anybody spreading the false allegations or docs against PMDamiann, make sure to report them and notify them that Superbricks was the bad person this whole time and PMDamiann is actually innocent. Also, like and share this video to spread awareness. But as always, if you're new to the channel and you enjoy content like this, please make sure to subscribe with notifications on, join my Discord in the top link in the description or the pinned comment, and if you want to watch something similar to this, click the video on screen now.